A lot of that depends on how long the Federal Reserve goes on stealing from everybody and transferring wealth to the richest people on the planet, because that is what is happening when they create new currency. And the way they get the currency into circulation is by buying something. So they counterfeit new currency into existence, they buy something with it. That something is usually a US Treasury bond or a mortgage backed security, but it comes from a financial firm, like a big brokerage house. And then the stock markets go up, and the correlation between currency creation and the value of the Wilshire 5000 total market cap index is the correlation is just astounding. It's mind-bogglingly tight, which suggests that it can't be a coincidence that these two things are closely coupled. And so, as long as we sort of all agree to steal from one another, the markets, I don't know, it's totally insane. It'll happen until the day when everybody gets scared. And when they get scared, one of the things that a friend of mine, Steve Feldman, said that everybody is long without conviction. Everybody is long the markets with their finger hovering over the sell button. And so there's going to come a day with a vicious correction. The Federal Reserve will panic again, and they will create a ton of currency. The thing is that all of these things are very good for the only currencies that you can't create at will. The things that actually take a lot of human labor and work. You move more than 30 tons of dirt to get an ounce of gold. And so when you're talking about measuring currency that you can create in unlimited quantities against money, gold and silver, that can only be created with a tremendous amount of work and are very limited in supply, eventually those things have to rise as measured in that currency that you can create at will. The markets, I'm expecting that it's probably next year that it's coming. That it feels like it's getting close, and maybe we've got another March crash. I don't know. I know it. I'm absolutely amazed that they've been able to push this thing as long as they have pushed it. They keep on blowing up this bubble, and it springs little leaks in it, and they slap band-aids on it, and they blow harder and faster. But the ultimate outcome is going to be absolutely disastrous. I believe that absolutely, we are witnessing the death of the global dollar standard. We're going to be shifting to a new global monetary system. I started giving presentations on that and making videos about it since 2009. I've been warning about what is happening today since 2009. And I wrote about, if you take a look at episode 7 of Hidden Secrets of Money, and which a lot of came out of my book that was written back between 2005 and 2007. I wrote about what is happening right now. And this is the early stages of this collapse, where they are creating currency at just an amazing speed, but velocity is slowing. The number of times that a unit of currency is involved in a transaction in a year is slowing, and that compensates for the currency creation. So the quantity is going up, but the number of times that it's getting used, each unit of currency is being used, is falling. And so you're not seeing that much retail inflation right now. But all of this stores energy, and it's going to come back to us. It's going to be vicious when it comes back to haunt us, and it will. Well, it's interesting because you just picked two examples that have some opposite dynamics in them. In Zimbabwe, you didn't have World War I happen. You didn't have this scared population. See, during World War I, Germany quadrupled their currency supply. They added 400%. So they quintupled, actually, the currency supply. They added 400% on top of what they already had. The velocity slowed because of the anxiety that the people had. toward the end of the war, the borders are collapsing in on them. They're starting to lose the war. They have no idea what tomorrow will bring. And every mark that was printed went under somebody's mattress. It got stored. Right now, if you take a look at like M2 and MZM, these measure large, in M2, you're measuring small time deposits and savings accounts. In MZM, you're measuring the big money market accounts and stuff that exist. It excludes time deposits, but it measures the instantly available, where in 24 hours you can have it turned into cash, money market accounts and so on. And those have exploded higher right along with the currency creation. In other words, the currency is parked. It has zero velocity while it's in those accounts. It's not circulating. And that is exactly what happened during World War I. And then when World War I ended, they turned off the printing presses, but there was, I believe, prices went up more than 400% in the next 18 months to compensate for the quantity. Once you lift the anxiety from the population, then they'll go out and spend some of that currency. Actually, it was less, it was more than that. It went up, prices went up tenfold. So people lost 90% of their purchasing power, 90% of their savings that they had, whatever they stashed under their mattress during World War I would only buy them 10% of what it would had they spent it when they got it. In Zimbabwe, however, they just printed the currency into oblivion. There was no huge anxiety that happened that suppressed velocity. But in each case, when I study hyperinflations from around the world, what you see is there's always a pre-hyperinflation, hyperinflation. And I've never heard anybody else talk about this. But you'll see that like from the end of World War I until mid-2019, I think it was, prices went up tenfold, and everybody like took that hit, that loss. Velocity didn't increase past that to compensate for it. And then prices stabilized all throughout 2020 through 1920, and in late 1921, prices started to rise. And when they had gone up 700%, that's when people go, oh, I've been here before. I know what this is about. The currency's a hot potato. I don't want to hold on to it for a second. When I get paid, I will buy anything.
You spend it right away.
What?
You spend it right away, exactly.
A box of doorknobs will hold their value better than the currency. I'll buy those and I'll sell those to somebody later.